Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Daily Debate. My name is Ahmed Nader and tonight we're going to focus on the social protection package that was announced by His Excellency President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi over the past few days, worth about 180 billion Egyptian pounds for different segments of the Egyptian society and the Egyptian citizens, as a sort of a new way to be protecting the social system in the country. But we'll be, first of all, starting with the top story for today, which took place through the activities of Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry, as the Foreign Ministry on Sunday said that Egypt fully rejects the Israeli remarks on the planned military operation in southern Gaza city of Rafah. A statement warned against the grave consequences of any such operation amid a deteriorating humanitarian crisis in the Gaza Strip amid the Israeli war. The statement said that Egypt urged the concerted regional and international efforts to prevent an offensive against the last safe haven city in Gaza, where over 1 million of Palestinians are sheltering. It added that targeting Rafah, coupled with an Israeli policy of blocking aid to the Strip, is a de facto forced evacuation of the Palestinian people in violation of the international law and the humanitarian international law, as well as the relevant UN resolutions. Egypt asserted it will continue contacts and moves to reach an immediate ceasefire in Gaza, broker a truce for an exchange of prisoners and hostages, calling on all the international players to pressure the Israelis to respond to these efforts and to avoid taking measures that increase the complexity of the situation and endanger the interests of all the parties. And from the top story for today and the main statements made by Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry to the main activities conducted by His Excellency President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi over the past week in the upcoming report. Stay tuned.
President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi received the French Foreign Minister Stéphane Séjourné in the presence of Mr. Sameh Shoukry, the Minister of Foreign Affairs. The official spokesperson for the Presidency of the Republic, Councillor Ahmed Fahmy, said the meeting dealt with the bilateral relations between the two countries. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi reviews the developments in finalizing the draft laws related to the family, including the Personal Status Law for Christian citizens, which represents the first integrated, unified and detailed law in this regard. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi addresses the executive position of national health projects, especially the ongoing works to develop a Nasser Institute into a global medical city. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi receives U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and his accompanying delegation in the presence of Mr. Sameh Shoukry, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and Major General Abbas Kamel, Head of General Intelligence. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi receives Mr. Eric Trappier, President of the French company Dassault, and his accompanying delegation, where they discuss cooperation frameworks between the two sides in the field of military manufacturing, technical support, and capacity building. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi directs the largest urgent social package for social protection to be implemented starting next month. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi receives a phone call from the Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni, where ways to strengthen bilateral ties in various fields were discussed. Referring to U.S. President Joe Biden's remarks on the 8th of February 2024 on the situation in the Gaza Strip, Presidency of the Republic confirms the alignment of stances and the persistent joint efforts and close cooperation between Egypt and the United States of America with regards to achieving calm in the Gaza Strip, working towards reaching a ceasefire, and enforcing humanitarian truces, allowing the prompt entry of sufficient amounts of humanitarian aid to save the people of the Strip, in addition to their categorical rejection of any forced displacement. Committed to their strategic partnership, Egypt and the U.S. stand united in their unwavering commitment to establishing and solidifying peace, security, and stability in the Middle East.
Welcome back. You're still watching the Daily Debate. As I said in the beginning, that tonight we are going to focus on the 180 billion pounds that were announced by His Excellency President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi as a social protection package for the Egyptian citizens in the upcoming few days, and more specifically starting next March, as a way of social protection for the Egyptian citizens. We'll be having more details regarding such an important topic economically for the Egyptians in the upcoming report. Stay tuned.
President Fattah al-Sisi directed on Wednesday the government to take several urgent social measures to alleviate the cost of living pressures on citizens, including raising minimum wages for all government workers and raising pensions starting in March. The Sisi's directives came during a meeting between President al-Sisi, Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli, and Minister of Finance Mohammed Maid. The President was briefed during the meeting on the government's measures to control prices of goods and services in the markets, reduce inflation, and achieve stability at the macroeconomic level. The Sisi directed the government to contain the repercussions of external and domestic economic crises. The presidential decree stipulates raising all salaries for government employees by 50% at a minimum of 1,000 Egyptian pounds to 1,200 Egyptian pounds to reach 6,000 Egyptian pounds. The minimum wage for government employees was last year raised in September 2023 from 3,500 Egyptian pounds to 4,000 Egyptian pounds. Meanwhile, the social package allocates 15 billion Egyptian pounds for increasing salaries of doctors, nurses, teachers, and university students. In addition, the Sisi issued instructions that 4.5 billion Egyptian pounds be allocated to increasing wages of medical professionals and nursing staff, whereby the risk allowance for medical professionals was increased by 250 Egyptian pounds to 300 Egyptian pounds. Similarly, the allowance for night and overnight shifts increased by 100%. The Sisi further instructed the government to allocate another 6 billion Egyptian pounds to hire 120,000 new doctors, nurses, teachers, and workers in other administrative bodies. In addition, the social package includes 15% increase in pensions for 13 million citizens at 74 billion Egyptian pounds. It also includes a 15% increase in Takaful and Karama pensions at the cost of 5.5 billion Egyptian pounds in fiscal year 2023-2024. Moreover, an additional 41 billion Egyptian pounds will be allocated within the package to Takaful and Karama pensions for fiscal year 2024-2025. Furthermore, the social package includes raising the income tax exemptions for all state employees in the government, public, and private sectors by 33%. Egypt has been facing economic difficulties and shortages in foreign currency since February 2022. Egypt's annual headline inflation decelerated to 35.2% in December, down from 36.4% in November. However, the inflation rate in December remains significantly higher than the 21.9% recorded in December 2022. The Central Bank of Egypt aims to keep inflation within 7% until the end of 2024.